Is David Tennant playing 10 or 14? That is the question that today we're gonna answer. Now, I think with this question, you are either in two camps. Camp 1, well, they've announced David Tennant and Tate, so it's gonna be set during Series 4, and David Tennant is the 10th Doctor. Camp 2, have you seen the filming pics? New costume, new suit, he's the 14th. Now, children, both camps are valid, but I think it's time to put my 2 cents in. I'm not American, does it 2-cent coin, surely. First of all, why is David playing the 10th Doctor? Because, does it actually make sense to bring him back if he isn't the 10th Doctor? Now, this is a theme that will reappear as this video comes up, but if you're gonna bring back David Tennant, do we as audience members not want that to slot in to his era, especially when you've got Donna back? So can we not just have more adventures in the 10 and Donna time frame? Because we like both characters? Secondly, this is debatable, but people have been saying in, like the set pictures, that his costume is definitely new. And while it has a new spin on what we've seen, it's definitely possible that this was just filmed to trick fans. You see, Russel has already admitted that he has already put out fake rumours, and they're definitely using social media to troll. But what if they're also using filming to troll us? Look, David was known for wearing quite a few costumes in his time. And yes, the coat is new and there's tartan on his costume, but it's still a variation on what he's known for wearing. That one, I understand if you don't buy me on, but each to their own. I don't really... No, I do care, actually. I was about to do a cool... I'll pretend you don't care, but I do kind of care. Also, another reason why my mind is kind of going, it's 10, not 14, is why would he suddenly degenerate into 14, or become 14, or regenerate into 14, and immediately he meets Donna again, and Wilf, and Sylvia, and the husband, whatever his name is, Sean? Is he Sean? Donna's husband. Oh, it is Sean! On class! Anyway, does it really make sense for them to just show up? Because, he's degenerated or regenerated into 14. It just so happens that David Tennant gets Donna Noble back, and the whole memory thing we're just gonna kind of ignore. Right. However, here we come up with a plot twist. This is the evidence why David is 14. Oh my god, I love doing a lens on the camera where you can just mess about with it. It looks dead cool when I'm editing these videos. I think you'll like them. Subscribe. Look, we all love David Tennant, but eventually, when you're going to keep bringing David back, you kind of have to have more legitimate reasons why the aging is happening. Look, we could definitely get away with it in 2013, because it'd only been, 3 years? 3.5 years since he'd last filmed for the show, so it made sense. He looked quite similar. But eventually, we are going to have to come up with reasons why David is aging if he wants to keep coming back, which, please Lord, let him come back. Forever. Every 10 years, I'd just like more David. Also, just like I argued the costume can be an argument for 10, it definitely is the biggest departure from any costumes we've seen from him. So while it could be RTD trolling, I don't know. Then again, if it is a degeneration thing, why does David immediately go back to a similar look to 10, but not really? However, this is where we introduce another plot twist. Oh wait, I can do the cool camera thing. This is where we introduce another plot twist. Man, I'm a good YouTuber. You see, in this clip, you'll see a younger, more inexperienced James turn his nose up at the idea that this isn't the 10th Doctor returning or the 14th Doctor. Second of all, Russell, I'm gonna make a prediction now. I'm seeing past you. The idea that it's a trick or a parallel world, you can quote this and tell me if I'm wrong. I don't think this is gonna be a small little thing. Yeah, I turned my nose up at alternative universes and the idea that it could be a dream sequence or anything like that. However, I'm more inclined to think this could be an alternate universe Doctor. I think Russell's gonna want to go big with the 60th. I do think there are more Doctor announcements coming and, more people are gonna get involved. I don't think this David Tennant and Tate is gonna be it. And I think it would be quite dull and quite not the big bang that RTD will want to return with if it's just Jodie degenerates into David Tennant, we meet Catherine Tate again, we go off on these adventures, and we're a wee bit confused. However, if they want to, you know, continue with some of the elements of, like, the Flux and maybe, like, the Centenary that's been, like, suggested before, maybe there's going to be some, like, messing about with time, and we could be in an alternate universe situation, which would also kind of explain some of my confusion over the costume, because it isn't quite Ten's, yet I don't know why David would go back to such a similar yet different costume. Alternative universe would make sense with that. It also may be a way to bring Donna back without affecting her brilliant Series 4 character arc. Let's be completely honest, bringing Donna back but then going back on her Series 4 character arc, I don't know, would be a bit irritating to me. I think it's a brilliant character arc and maybe shouldn't be messed with. I also think maybe, and while I think this is the least good argument, because I think Rose being Donna's daughter but in the main timeline would fit in very, very well, I do think there's an argument where maybe this is Rose being recast in an alternate universe, although I'd be surprised at that one. I think by doing this video I've come to the conclusion that I don't know. Is David 10? Is it 14? Is it an alternative universe David? However, what I'm willing to do is I'd quite like in a future video to explore the alternate universe David theory in my next Doctor Who video. So if you'd like me to do that, click that subscribe button. If you want to see how I think the RTD universe will go, my predictions for his wee little thing he's setting up, you can click the video here, because it was made before the Shooty and David stuff. But I think that means I made that video without bias, and actually, some of the things in that video have already come true, so I must be a bloody prophet.